Well, welcome back, everybody. We're down here on this oil pump for the Super C on the Farmall. And this is what I ended up doing. I had it bolted to the bottom of this before, but I only had this thin slot. I really couldn't see what I was doing. And I ended up, I'm 5 thousandths off as far as being in the middle of the hole. And the gears don't touch. It's still got 3 thousandths clearance over here, but it's looser than a goose on this side. So anyway, I put this back in. I don't know here if I can get you to focus or not. But anyway, yeah, I can't go full circle, of course, because it's only a half round hole, but I've got it probably within 1 thousandths or so on that hole. I actually had it a little closer. And then I was frigging around out here and I put the other one down into the center. Yeah, that's still showing off just a skosh. Well, boy, it don't take nothing to move that. Try right there. That's 1 thousandths movement. Yeah, it looks much better. So yeah, I'm going to call that a win right there. We'll set a digital readout. And all my work now is going to be from this point here. And I will, well, I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. It's pretty simple. The pilot's going in good, so we're going to make a quick bore. And we'll see what we end up with here. Let's see, everything's engaged. Slow that down quite a lot. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in low, I guess. That's way too fast. That looks a little better. We'll chew that guide that we put in there right out. The only thing I don't want it to do is push it down into the middle of the actual oil pump. So I want to make sure it actually bores it out. Because if it pushes it down, it'll be hard to break up and get out. I didn't go down far enough. There we go. Well, I think we did good. Still might be 1 thousandths or two off, but like I say, I was off a little bit before. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can chisel that out with a real fine chisel. And if I can, then when we ream it, it'll follow the original hole, because I don't want to make that hole any bigger. Well, just put the 5/8 reamer in. We're still 5 thousandths off. So we're going to see here if we can get this through there. Ow! That ain't good. Huh, boy. Never had one of them bound up like that. But I would say, there we go, that I was off just a skosh. I should have gone 10 thousandths over, I guess. It was getting a wedge. Yeah. Yeah, well. All right, we'll get her straightened out. If I have to, I can make a... Now let's get back where we were. Right there. Now we'll see here what happens with the guide. Well, I just threw that in there, put the red Loctite to it, and yeah, might be a little proud on that left side. I might tap it one more time. I don't think the Loctite's set up yet. That's better. So, yeah, she's down probably 5 thousandths, actually further than what it needs to be. But I'm going to heat that up with a torch out here. Not hot, but probably 120, 130 degrees, just enough to help that set. And I'll bring it back in a little while after it gets cooled off. So I went and re-indicated. Near as I can tell, I'm within a 0.5 thousandths or so. We're going to try it and see if we can make any headway. This is a 1/2 inch end mill. So yeah, that thing would be right in the way over there. Yeah, it looks like it's hitting right. I guess we just got to trust the numbers. Hopefully I break through here before I run out of cutter. Yep, right there. Well, that was close. We'll drop it down, see what she does. Of course, the real trick is whether or not the gear and shaft will go down in. Must be crap down in there. Yeah. Probably a piece of that sleeve that I put in there. I guess I'm going to, bad as I hate to, I know that the shaft goes through, so I'm going to go ahead and unbolt it. I'll be back. Okay, so I did a little bit of dubbing off camera just to spare you the agony of it. That's a 5 thousandths. That's, I don't know if the 6 would go. That's pretty stiff. I would say by the feel of the drag, right where it needs to be. I think I hit it dead on. And yeah, sets down below the top, which it should. Yeah. So the actual housing has been repaired successfully. Much happier with this day's work than I was with the other days. Now all we have to do is take this gear back off, which it will come off, and I got to go cut some keyways in it, which is going to take a little bit because I've got to put this beast all back where it belongs, back to 0, and I got to indicate the vise back on it, and I'll probably indicate the how many degrees it's off, make sure that that head isn't still turned, because that'll figure up if you go in and out. Well, no, it won't. I guess it's still, because you don't travel that when you're cutting. So yeah, I just got to get it back to where it says 0. And the only time that it would bother with the degree being off a few thousandths is if you actually turn the head. You could technically end up with a hole askew a little bit, but it won't be that much. For what I do for work, she'll be mint. We'll just tip her back to where the indicator says 0 and call it good. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a little while when I'm ready to cut those woodruff key slots. Well, it's another day. I did the paper trick. Put it in there till I just got it bound up. And then put it down 3 thousandths. That's 3.5 for paper. And then I took it down 1/4 of an inch for half the thickness, and then another 1/16. So it took it down 312.5. That should be in the center. We're going to give it a cut here and see what happens. Got her in low speed. Okay, it just touched. We'll zero out. I don't use these cutters very often, so I'm going to go pretty slow with it. That's 190 deep. We'll see here how it works. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I just went and checked. Those ones over there, one's at 190, one's at 193 on depth. I'm going to go to the 193 just because I don't want to have to frig with it a second time. That should do it right there. Came out pretty good. Something like that. And we'll go to 193 a second time. Yeah, I might be off a little bit. Yeah, I gotta go that way a little bit. My stick out's a little far. About right there, something like that. There we go. Yeah, number 2. We'll blow them out and see how they fit. Okay, we're going into where we touch off. According to my calculations, that groove's got to be 50 thousandths deep. So we'll just kind of work it in. A little more oil just for good measure. That's 30, 35. 40, 45. That should be 50 right there. So we will see what we got. That's 405. Yeah, we're going to call it good. If I go in again, I may not hit it square and I might widen this out. And I'd rather have it the right thickness. So I'll meet you over at the oil pump. So that right there is how the lower end came out, where the actual pump gear goes. And the other end is basically the same, except when I machined it, I got the woodruff key slot just a little bit low, maybe 1/8 of an inch, but it still shouldn't interfere with that hole that we got to drill later. So everything should be good on this. I'm going to do a whole bunch of cleaning. I'll do that off screen, and when we get back here, we will put this together. And I'm going to do a separate video on a separate card today of assembling and fixing that governor. I got the governor kit in yesterday, and I also got the extra bearing that I lost, or that was missing. That new one came in. So, yeah, I got actually 2 things from Steiner yesterday. One came in the mail, one came UPS or FedEx, I don't remember. But, yeah, they shipped them 2 different ways. But anyway, got them both yesterday, and because I ordered them at different times. And, yeah, we're on a roll here. We should be able to get things together once we get the mains. So I've got it started on the woodruff key. Try to do this here so you can still see. Yeah, I'll drive it up a little further. Now we can get that C-clip on once we clean it very good. There we go. We'll see if we can't drive that back out. Almost there. Probably, I think it's out all the way. Yeah, it feels solid. We're going to quit right there. Now we have to put it in the oil pump and put it together while it's in the oil pump. I got the oil pump out the other way flushing. What was I going to pick up here? The other Woodruff key. Yeah, this one here ain't stove up. The one that I just put in was all beat up. I had a hell of a time getting it out. Don't even have to do any filing on this one. Just make sure there's not a burr on it. No, good. So, I'll bring you back in a bit. Now, I've got this all assembled here. I'm getting ready to put the gear on the other end. And I'm actually going to set the end of that shaft on this nut while I'm pounding it together. Because if you just have it set and flat, you're going to drive this shaft loose. And then this shaft can work its way back loose. Right now, that snap ring's got it tight. And yeah, we want to keep it that way. I just tapped it on off camera. I put some Loctite in the actual gear, so as it went on, it would wipe it off this side. You don't want to put it on the shaft, because if you do, when you drive the gear down, it'll force all the Loctite down in here. So, yeah, don't put it on the shaft. Make sure you put it inside the gear. Slide it on. And I got probably 4 or 5 thousandths clearance there. Slop up and down. I don't know what the book says, but I know you got to have some. So, we got a little bit. I'm going to tip it up while that Loctite sets a little bit. I'm not going to drill this till later. And we'll, when I do drill it, of course, I'll put some masking tape around here so nothing gets into it. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the top together, or bottom, however you want to look at it. Now, this is why you always want to take a patch of screens. There's even metal in there stuck right there by my finger. And yeah, I'm going to go wash this out, flush the hell out of it. I'm going to try to get it all out without having to take the screen out. You can take those screens out, but where this is a floating type and it's airtight, I really don't want to get in there. So we'll see how we can do here. I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Okay, we've got everything all ready to assemble. I'm just going to use regular oil on this because I don't want it real draggy when it starts. I want it to be able to recirculate. This is the part number of the new spring. This is through Steiner. Anyway, I am going to run a new one. Like I say, the wire diameter is actually about 5 thousandths bigger. Yeah, about not. There ain't a whole lot of noticeable difference in the amount of push. A little bit, maybe 4 or 5 pounds, but it shouldn't be too bad. So, of course, got to go get a gasket for that. I'll be back. So I went and got the gasket. These are 4 thousandths. It's measuring 4.5, probably compressed to 4, maybe 3.5. But anyway, they give you 2 of them. I would never recommend running 2, one on top of the other. I just wouldn't do it. Twice as much likely to, you know, have a failure. Okay, just a little bit of good lube in there, so. And Yeah, of course that one there. The housing's in the way. Yeah. That makes things nice and tight and right. Beautiful. Moves under its own weight. Let's see now. It's got to go up through. That way if the legs ever break off, they never will, but I got to go get a pair of dikes and cut that off a little shorter. And oil pump will be rebuilt, except for that one pin. And I'm going to do that off camera. That's just a drilling job. I don't know if you can see where I peened that or not, but after I got it driven through, I peened both sides real good, so it was tight. Anyway, now I can take the black tape off it. I didn't want nothing to get into that. So there, that is one rebuilt oil pump. And I don't know if I'm going to put an extra brace on right here and here. I got to think that over still. I still might, but anyway, one oil pump reconditioned. Hope that might help somebody what I did, and maybe somebody could learn something. If not, well, it's entertainment, right? So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully that'll be the governor.